boop. I am a titanium robot powered by ice cream. Beep, boop.
You are so weird, Jovanni.
I'm weird. Xavier, you collect shoes.
They're sneakers, and they're cool.
Hey, boys, dinner in an hour. And don't forget to take out the trash.
Okay, Dad.
Go long, son.
I wish we could do things like that with Dad.
I know, but he has Pompe disease. He can't help that.
Xavier, what is Pompe disease?
Wish I knew, little brother. I wish I... knew?
That's one wish I can grant. I'm like a genie. If a genie was a super good-looking, super smart superhero that specialized in medical knowledge.
Whoa! Pump! Abacus, what's going on?
We're going to take you to Mediland and teach you all about Pompe disease.
What's Mediland?
Celestial body designated Mediland is a planet that looks and works just like your own body.
Inside Mediland.
Okay, so let's start breaking this Pompe disease down. First thing you should know is that it's super rare and can affect people of all ages. The type your dad has is called Late-Onset Pompe Disease. This is a slower form of the disease and affects young children, teenagers, and adults. The second thing you need to know is that to understand Pompe disease, you need to understand how cells work.
Fact: the body is made up of millions of cells. Cells have many different machines inside them that work non-stop to keep the body healthy and strong.
Whoa!
Awesome!
Come on, let's go inside and check out some of these machines.
Inside a cell.
Welcome to the inside of a cell.
Wow, it's messier than I thought. Like Giovanni's bedroom.
Hey, my room is way messier, thank you very much. What is all this stuff anyway?
The substance you are seeing is called glycogen.
This place really needs to be cleaned up.
Agreed. And your cells have the equipment to do it. Remember when I said there were tiny machines inside our cells? Well, here's a recycling machine called a lysosome. Each lysosome contains many smaller machines called enzymes. This enzyme is acid alpha-glucosidase, also known as GAA. GAA's job is to break down glycogen into glucose. Your cells can then use the glucose to fuel your body in between meals or during exercise.
So it turns that useless green junk into stuff my body can use for fuel? That's awesome.
Yeah, get it, GAA. Chop it up.
This is how things usually work, but in people with Pompe disease, the enzyme GAA doesn't work right.
Hey, his cool swords became spoons.
That means he's just moving the glycogen around the cell rather than turning it into glucose.
So what happens with all the glycogen?
Well, as you can see and feel squishing in your shoes, the glycogen builds up in your cells.
Yuck. I had to ask.
In people with Pompe disease, it mainly builds up in muscle cells, causing lots of problems. It's getting a little cramped in here. Abacus, initiate teleporter.
Back at Medi HQ.
Why did our dad get Pompe disease in the first place?
Great question. Pompe disease is what's known as a genetic condition. This means a problem with our genes causes the disease.
What are genes?
Genes are the instructions for making our bodies, including the machines inside our cells.
Different genes determine different things about your body, like hair and eye color and height and build. You get one set of genes from your mom and one from your dad. That's why most people look a bit like their mom and a bit like their dad.
I got all the good-looking genes.
Pfft, you wish, little brother.
The GAA gene holds the instructions to make the GAA enzyme. Each human has 2 copies of the GAA gene.
In people with Pompe disease, both copies of the GAA gene have a change called a variant. This is what causes cells to make GAA enzymes that can't do their job properly. Pompe disease can cause problems in the body like muscle weakness, shortness of breath, and feeling tired. Muscle weakness can make it hard for your dad to do some things. He might have trouble walking or getting up from a sitting position. He might even have weak muscles in his face, mouth, and throat. This can make it hard for your dad to chew and swallow his food. He may also speak more slowly and find breathing difficult. which can lead to chest infections.
So that's why he needs the wheelchair.
And why he gets sick so much.
In the end, all of this adds up and can make your dad feel tired much of the time. To be sure the problems are caused by Pompe disease, the doctors will do some tests. First up will be a blood test to see how well the GAA enzymes are working.
Doesn't look like they're working very well.
Next, they may do a genetic test to look for changes in genes that might be causing the disease.
Whoa.
So cool.
Doctors will want to look at your genes and genes of other members of your family to see if they might have Pompe disease or if they are carriers.
What's a carrier?
A carrier has one copy of the GAA gene that is normal and one copy that has a variant. Carriers have enough working GAA enzymes so they do not have Pompe disease.
Remember how you get one GAA gene from your mom and one from your dad? Well, it's possible to have one normal gene and one variant. You need 2 variant genes to have Pompe disease. Once the diagnosis has been made, your dad's doctors can begin disease management. What's cool is your dad will have a team of specialists that will look after him and make sure he gets the care that he needs. Having all these specialists helping your dad is great, huh?
Yeah.
Great.
Facial software scan indicates you do not feel great.
I mean, I feel better knowing what Pompe disease is, but Dad being sick is still scary.
Yeah, I worry about what's going to happen to him.
I get it. And look, all of those feelings are totally normal. There's no cure for Pompe disease yet, and living with it means there will be some things your dad can't do that other dads can. It's tough. Disease management, including exercise and eating healthily, can help your dad a lot. But most importantly, you guys have to know that you're not alone. There are families all over the world dealing with the same thing. There's even support groups you can go to.
You're right, Pomp. It's scary. But I'm glad there's so many ways our dad can get help.
Yeah, and us too.
Okay, we learned a lot today. Let's recap to make sure we got it all.
I know I got it all, but if it makes you feel better, we can do that. So, Pompe disease is a genetic condition.
Yeah, there's a variant in the GAA gene that causes cells in the body to make GAA enzymes that can't do their job properly.
This can cause problems like muscle weakness.
And those weak muscles can make it harder for Dad to do some things, like walking, eating, and even breathing.
It can make Dad feel tired too.
You guys nailed it, and that means you get these. They're called Medicrons, and they're wrist computers with everything you learned today. You're now honorary Medikidz.
Awesome!
It's happening! I'm now finally part robot.
All right, time to send you guys home. Remember what we taught you.
Thanks, Pomp. Thanks, Abacus. We will.
Yeah, and we'll take good care of our dad.
A few minutes later.
Dad!
Hey, what's this all about? Not that I'd ever turn down a hug from my boys.
We just want you to know how great you are. That we love you. And that there's no one else we'd want to be our dad.
Yeah, you're the best.
I don't know if I'm the best, but I do know that with sons like you, I'm definitely the luckiest.